Hi everyone, Travel Addict Guy here, and day 3 in Cadiz. I'm here once again with Adventure Elliot.
What's good? What's cracking? My Brits, my Irish, my Northern Europeans, my Spaniards, my Americans. How's it going?
Okay, we like that, Elliot. All right, and feeling good this morning, I see. Okay, and we've got the Catman here once again. Okay.
Still hanging around.
Awesome, my friend. Yeah, good
Day 3, what are we gonna explore?
Well, first I want to look at this thing behind me. That is really cool. That is awesome looking.
Cortes de Cadiz, so a reference to some Spaniard, I believe.
Yeah,
okay.
For, like for this Southern American.
Hernan Cortes.
Mexican,
okay.
Cubans.
And I like how they got this cafe, guys. Look at this. You can sit right here on the steps of this grand building, and they're having coffee right here.
Terracita.
That is awesome, guys.
Muy bonita.
That is awesome. And there's a coffee shop right there.
El mejor estilo de la vida. España.
Buenos días.
All right, guys, today's gonna be a fun day. Let's go. Should I jump in the bridge again?
Oh yeah, Elliot yesterday.
Oh yeah, you could
jumped
try
off
to
a
jump
bridge.
on the bridge.
Yeah, I'll jump out of the water up to the bridge, do a little reverse action, use my superpowers.
If you joined us from the last episode, if you didn't see that, go back and watch it, because Elliot jumps off the main bridge here in Cadiz.
Ocean.
Exactly.
Ocean. The ocean that once upon a time people thought it was never ending and you were gonna fall off the face of the earth if you went out to the vast Atlantic Ocean. That's what they believed back in the 15th century. Until, of course, Christopher Columbus had some cojones and he explored there and found the Americas. Yeah, well, the Americas were already inhabited, yes, but he discovered it for this part of the world.
Getting our history knowledge. Elliot's a big history buff, guys. So cool. I know a lot of people that follow my channel, they love Spain and they love the history of Spain. So bringing you some of that great history here.
Look at these historical walls. All of these have history, and we were finding out yesterday that these walls were constructed with material that people believed absorbed the plague, right? When the plague was here way back when it just devastated Europe, the people built the buildings with this material because they really believed that it would absorb the plague. So maybe it will absorb the coronavirus too.
Let's hope so. What do you think, Catman?
Yeah, I think like it's the reverse thing. Like it's gonna stay for a while.
Okay. A lot going on here in Cadiz, and I'll say it's a coffee culture, guys. You see so many people out on the terrazas, you see them out in the cafes all day long here, and I love it. I love the feel of this town. It is so relaxed, it is so nice, and the people are so friendly here in Cadiz.
Yeah, these streets are just narrow, quiet, and it's a little bit different feel from other Spanish cities. Certainly, compared to Malaga, the streets are a little wider, and they're not marble streets here like in Malaga, is that correct? These are cobblestone streets. In Malaga, it's marble.
Yeah, we've got some of those cobbles, but they're like small stones. These are a little bit different. We can show you here the street there, guys.
Yeah,
so
they
a little
are
bit
not
different.
So rounded. They are more like.
Yeah, and like in the
so
center
slippery.
of town, we have marble, correct, in Larios.
All right, Catman, which way?
Wow, we're walking through the market again, guys, just for a minute here. And that tuna was amazing. Look at the size of that thing. Wow. Super fresh tuna and fish here in Cadiz. And there is Elliot and the Catman. How you guys getting along here?
It's like we almost started fighting, but
yeah,
we just came here, so.
We're both we're cats in nature. Our spirit animals are cats, and so when we're around fish, we're really happy. Yeah.
And you haven't seen this market yet. Mikko and I have already been here. What do you think of this market? It's amazing, isn't it?
I can't believe the options for the seafood options that actually exist. Like, I've never seen so many different types of seafoods in one place.
Yeah.
I've been to a market in Panama City, which was a big fish market, right?
Right.
They fish out of the Caribbean and the Pacific, but this had more options for sure.
Wow.
And very affordable, very affordable. There's a reason Spaniards live so long, because they got that Mediterranean diet.
Yep.
If you can eat seafood every day, you get those omega-3 fatty acids, you're gonna be good.
We see a lot of this type of seafood in Malaga, but I think they even have a bigger selection here. And the prices are similar, I would say. I don't see much of a difference. Certain items are different, but I do see a lot more tuna here in this market. So maybe a lot more tuna coming in from the Atlantic, and some big tunas here. So if you want tuna, this is the place definitely to come in Cadiz.
Y después reconstruyeron todo, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
Vale. Muchas gracias, mi garitana.
Y
gracias a los ingleses.
Sí, sí.
Señor.
Conozco un poquito inglés, porque... Ah, mira, mi cuñado.
Hola.
Hola. Yo soy americano.
¿Americano?
Sí,
Estadounidense.
tengo canal de
Ahí está,
YouTube. ¿Y
estadounidense.
cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te
No,
llamas?
Antonia.
Antonia. Ah, okay. Y tú eres de Cádiz.
De Cádiz, de Cádiz.
Okay, so her
Qué
name is
bien, mira,
Antonia
está
and she's from
corriendo.
Cadiz. And she was
Cadiz.
telling me that this market began in the 1800s and they actually rebuilt it. So I guess this is the second version of it.
7700. 7700.
1700.
Ah, 1700 she's saying now.
No, 77 años.
700 years.
Yeah.
700 years this market's been here. Wow, that's a long time, guys.
700 años. No, tú tienes 70.
77.
¿Y cuál?
77 años, 77 years old.
Vale. Señora, ¿cuál es la mejor comida aquí en Cádiz para comer?
El arroz, o por ejemplo, la tortillita de camarones.
Okay, so she's selling the.
¿Sabe lo que es la
She said,
tortilla de
yeah,
camarones?
sí, me come.
Ah, son muy buenas.
She's saying the tortilla de camarones, which we had. I had that with Mikko,
Right.
and she's saying that the like the paella, ¿no?
Paella.
Pero marisco, ¿cuál marisco?
Marisco, todo.
Muchas gracias.
Para conocer un poquito Cádiz.
Sí, gracias, señora. Thank you.
¿Cómo te llamas? Mari Carmen. José Antonio.
Perdón, ¿por qué interés por Cádiz? ¿Por qué interés?
Pues yo hago viajes en España, yo vivo en Madrid, pero a mí me interesa la cultura, la historia, la gente, el idioma. Vosotros sois muy felices con
¿Qué cosa?
esto es los españoles, ¿sabes? Y eso es una cosa que me encanta de España. Pues
They were saying that the economy is very bad here right now, but the man said that we are happy, the Spanish people are happy with a little bit of things. They don't need a lot of things to be happy. So that is quite interesting. So they're very strong Spanish people. Vale, mi nombre es Kerry, tengo canal de YouTube.
Kerry.
¿Y cuál es tu nombre?
Mari Carmen.
Mari Carmen, ok, muy bien. Y tú, ella me dijo que todo en Cádiz conoce ahí como una familia, ¿no?
Sí, y
Ok.
nos conocemos todos al final.
Ok, muy bien. Y esa es la camiseta de Cádiz.
Sí, pero del Cádiz de hace muchos años. Tiene por lo menos 25 años esta camiseta. No
Okay.
es, no es nueva,
So that's
vamos.
the jersey from Cadiz, but she's had it for 25 years. Okay. Vale, muchas gracias.
Venga.
Te pasa bien. Gracias.
Buen día.
So, wow, guys, I cannot believe how busy it is today, the market. Look at that. It is just popping, guys. Everywhere around me, there are people. And wow, that woman and her daughter, they were so nice. They were talking to me. They talked to Elliot. And they were saying, like I said, the economy here is not doing too good, but there's a lot of hope I can see right now because look at this. It is starting to open up, and they are starting to open up to tourists. And I can say one thing, that Cadiz, the people seem to be a lot more relaxed here than especially they were in Cordoba, than they were in Malaga even, with the mass and things like that. So that's very good. I'm glad to see that. Okay, so we're on our way to the big wall around the city here. It's called the Muralla. Catman, what do you have there? Kombucha.
Some nice kombucha with rooibos tea.
And tell everybody what that is if they don't know.
So this is basically like a mushroom which is
fermented.
fermenting the tea. So it's really good for the gut biome. And,
Right.
It's probiotic and prebiotic bacteria. So your butt uses these bacteria to digest food and fight off viruses and other illnesses. So if you're not getting enough of this healthy bacteria, your body can't digest food properly. And so
Right.
Mikko, being the health guy he is, he likes this natural whole food.
Yeah, I've been drinking the apple cider vinegar. In fact, I talked about it. I made a video about it actually, but this is
Yeah.
good for you
Yeah,
too,
it's
guys. The
even better,
kombucha.
this one, yeah.
And this one has a nice flavor. It's not bitter at all.
Yeah.
It's quite good. It's actually really good.
It's mixed with a lot of stuff.
So good. It's got almost a fruity flavor to it, guys. And it's got a little bit of a carbonation, I think, but very, very little. And it has a nice flavor. It's not bad at all. So quite tasty. In fact, it tastes better than the apple cider vinegar. So might be something you want to try if you're having some stomach issues. So I'm in this plaza, guys, and it's called Plaza de la Candelera. And it's a beautiful little plaza here in Cadiz. Look at these plazas, guys. They're so gorgeous. And another statue here. And look at the beautiful colors. Too bad someone's there with a jackhammer or something making all kind of racket. So I'm actually inside one of the apartment buildings here. I walked inside and they have this beautiful atrium here. You can see it, and look at this. And so much fresh air comes through here. And that is how a lot of these buildings are designed. So you can get a lot of fresh air coming in and keeps the building cool. So this is how they live in Andalusia. And here's another hostel here, guys. It looks like it's open too. So maybe things are starting to open up. You want to check and see if this one's open, guys? Let me take a look. I'm not sure. I think this one's still closed, guys. I don't see anybody really in there. I see the door open though, but I don't see anybody inside. So a lot of these places are just starting to open now, and they've been closed for a long time, but you see a lot of activity starting to open up now. And look at these narrow streets as well, guys. Check this out. This is so cool. Look at these. Look how close you are to your neighbor. Look at that. You're right across there.
Super narrow.
So you can hear everything your neighbor hears. You got to be very, very careful in this neighborhood if you live here. And these guys are coming down here on motorcycles. So you got to be careful as you walk down these streets. We've already ran into quite a few people. You got to get out of the way. And traffic is coming. So you got to kind of jump out of the way.
Cannon fodder.
What was that?
Some old cannon.
Really? Wow. Ooh, this looks like kind of a rich part of the town.
Commercialized.
They have one area that I noticed a lot of expensive shops. They were selling Rolexes. So I think this is the area. This is the street here. Wow, guys, look at this. Rolex is right there. Rolex. Ah, here's the Rolex shop right here, guys. So they have a lot of high-end merchandise as well here. Some Rolex watches there. So this is the commercial part of town. So they have shopping as well in Cadiz. Some people setting up over there. Looks like they're getting ready for lunchtime now. And we walk out here. There's another little plaza here, guys. And someone coming up from underground. I don't know what that is. And looks like there's a harbor over there. There's a big ship over there.
Little gardens.
Yeah, these are really nice, these gardens. And Elliot playing some football with the kids.
You got the port. This is the big port over there. It might be hard to see, but there's the port ships and the cruise ships coming here to get repairs.
Okay.
It's a pretty massive port, you guys. One of the biggest and most important in Spain.
So a lot of goods coming in here as well in Cadiz. Oh wow, I just love these roofs, guys. These thatched roofs here. And look at that. You have these vines growing up there. And here is a picture of Cadiz. So you can get an idea of the city, what it looks like, guys. Look at that.
On a peninsula.
Yep.
We're staying over here.
Okay.
This is the big cathedral, and this is where I jumped off the bridge right here yesterday on this little island here.
Right.
Actually, this is an island, but
yeah, this is an amazing part of a town here, guys. I think to me that is the most magnificent thing I've seen yet. Is this fortress here, this fortress castle. Wow, that was so amazing. You can see it's a very cool city, and look at the size of this cathedral. It's very big as well. Look at that. Wow, towering over the city of Cadiz. Look at that building there, guys. Look at the top of it. It looks like there's some kind of big angel on top of there. That is very cool. One thing I love about Spain, you have all this cool artwork everywhere, especially in the parks, in the plazas, and I'm not even sure what that is. But it is kind of interesting there. Almost looks like a big Lego piece. What is this here? Can you...
This is the central square.
No, what is this artwork here? What is that?
Oh.
You have any thoughts about that?
I could say many things about this. Collection of different colors, and these are the most, I think, the best smells they have.
And you were showing me your seed collection earlier. You have a seed collection, right? In the hostel? Smells nice. Yeah, it's quite nice. Oh, that is nice. Very fragrant for a little flower. And you were showing me your seed collection earlier from Malaga. You have a seed collection.
Yeah, I have a lot of these local seeds.
Okay. Very nice.
Special seeds.
Special seeds. Okay. Magic seeds. Catnip seeds?
You could say that too. Yeah.
He's gonna grow some catnip, the Catman.
Yeah, when I get my cat house.
And here is a statue here, Blas de Lasto. Oh, that is a long time ago, 1689 to 1741. He defended the integrity of Spain and the empire. Gracias por todo lo que me has dado. So he says, thank you for everything you've done to me, woman. Fire, fire, fire. Wow, that is wild. So definitely some kind of Spanish general or conquistador. Yes, look at that. He went down in a flame of glory. Look at that. Wow, guns blazing. And look at that, sword raised. So went down defending the city, it looks like, at the time.
People like you need to go the lift up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down.
Where's one person can go? In the elevator?
Aforo máximo una persona.
Ah, so only, there's two in there. Uh-oh.
Breaking the rules.
What is that? So you're only allowed to have one person in that elevator at a time. Look at that, guys. Wow. And I guess two came out of there, so uh-oh.
And the others take the stairs, you see.
That's silly, yeah. But it's just, doesn't make any sense, guys. Look at that.
And look at these leaves.
What's up with that? Whoa, what is that? What is that, Catman? Is that catnip?
It's similar, but it's not the same.
Ah, okay, wow. Look what Mikko's got. He's got catnip.
Oh.
He's got the catnip. He's got some catnip.
Whoa!
Oh my, the Catman found some catnip, guys.
Oh yeah, I think I put this here.
You gonna put that there? Yeah, put that there for the police when you go buy it.
I'm getting roasted out here. My white boy skin.
Yeah, white boy.
Oh,
we
look,
brought the
check out
white
this.
boy with us.
Gringo Blanquito. Giri Blanquito.
The Gringo Blanco.
I even put on sunscreen, but crikey.
Yeah, I think I might need some too. Yeah, I got a little bit of sun too, guys. Well, just being around this here, guys, it kind of cools you down just being near it. So, and so beautiful as well. And then at night, normally these are lit up, so they look even nicer. And you can see this is one of the main plazas here in Cadiz. Look at that, wow. And look at the detail on that statue there. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that. And it says patriotismo, so patriotism on top there. Some more street markets. So definitely Cadiz is coming alive, guys. It is coming alive. Slowly but surely, Spain is coming alive. What do you think, Elliot? You think you see a difference here in the reopening and how it's going? A lot more people out.
Yeah, I think that Spaniards, especially domestic, there's more domestic movement, and we've seen some people from other countries. Maybe they're already here, I'm not sure. But it seems that because politicians opened up the borders and everything, and sort of gave the green light, people are taking advantage, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So getting some economic activity moving again. Yeah. And well, the weather is better now, so people want to be out, and you'll see people enjoying the scene here. So
yeah, and that's a good thing. And I wanted to ask you as well, and what do you see a difference between Madrid and here in Cadiz?
Well, Madrid in general is
look at this guy here. Oh, he's popping a wheelie. Okay.
in general, Madrid just has more people, so it's a different environment. But I guess proportionally speaking, there's just as many people out here as there would be in Madrid.
Really? Okay.
And here's obviously nicer weather, so people are more inclined to go out and enjoy a terrace.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing a lot more people out here in Cadiz than in Malaga. Yeah, and kipis with the kombucha.
Kipis from it's made in Cadiz. So it's
it's made in Cadiz. Okay, nice. The police are going to think you're drinking alcohol here. Looks like alcohol.
Yeah, it is. And
it's quite good. Let me get another shot of that. Wow, it's so good, guys. Wow, this is delicious. Yeah, it's super healthy. Super really healthy.
Small amount of it's like brewing. It's a mushroom, so it's there is like small amount of alcohol.
It tastes something between like a fruit juice and a tea. So delicious. Wow, really good. And the kid there has a Michael Jordan jersey, 23. So a lot of basketball fans here. I was talking to a guy at our hostel last night, and he was telling me he loves the NBA basketball. Something going on there. Some people there. We got those fans that the women here, they used to cool themselves here in Spain. They're so beautiful. They call them albanicos. So that is a word for them in Spanish, albanicos. And you see a nice little market here, open air market. It's a weekend and a lot of people out enjoying this great market. Wow, this is so nice, this market, isn't it, Elliot?
Yeah, it's great, it's great. This seems to be catered towards perhaps more international tourists.
Okay.
And maybe wealthier tourists that are coming here to buy better jewelry and whatnot.
Right.
Versus where we're staying, it's more just localized. But still, nonetheless, if you're a tourist, this would be a really cool place to kind of see when you first arrive to Cadiz, because there's a lot of historical and fancy hotels around here as well.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things to do here in Cadiz, so I think it's a cool place to come. You could spend at least 3 or 4 days here, I think, in Cadiz to see it all.
Yeah, you can spend 3 or 4 days, and it's not huge. You can see it all in 3 or 4 days, but
yeah,
the history here and all the things to see is so layered. So there's one thing, and you find out one thing more, and then you just keep finding out things, and you're like, wow, like, will the history ever end? And probably no.
Well, we're definitely learning things every day, talking to different Spanish people. We're learning all about the history of Cadiz.
Absolutely.
So I'm inside this souvenir shop here in Cadiz, and look at the prices, guys. Look how cheap they are. €3 for camisetas, which are t-shirts. And look at this. And you got Cadiz, and I just got one for €1. Look at this. It's crazy, guys. Look at that. €1 for Cadiz. Wow. And €3 for mugs. So much cheaper here than in places like Barcelona for souvenirs. Wow, you can get one for your whole family if you come here to Cadiz. To my left, we're passing by the Grand Cathedral here in Cadiz. And look at the size of that. It's really big, guys. Wow, loving it. And this beautiful plaza next to it. So great. Wow. And a gelato shop next door. It says best gelato in town. Wow. Oh, and it's time. They're ringing the bells. Oh, look at those cold beers going out, guys. Those are those jarras, they call them. Like jars of beer. Wow. Wow, this cathedral is really big, isn't it, Mikko?
Yeah, it is kind of big.
Nice one, huh?
Yeah, and the center part is still like this mosque dome.
Okay, wow. So this used to be a mosque at one time? It used to be a mosque one time, and they converted it into a cathedral.